Sketchy. Once upon a time. I don't know. Hi there, it's Josh. And welcome to another bit of Disney fan art here on Sketchy. This is The Beast. And what we're seeing right now is actually my preliminary sketch. I don't always throw these in. This is the first, kind of picked the pose and the angle I wanted on this character, and then I did a quick sketch, and it came out okay. But you're going to notice a real jump in quality to the sketch at the bottom of my finished piece. Just because that's what you do. You do a few iterations and you work on it and you draw on top of it until you get better. And here I'm drawing it again, and then I'm going to ink again on top of this. So that's 4 times drawing the same picture just to get it to the level that I want it. That might be a little bit of a tip there about being willing to, draw the same picture many times on top of itself till you get where you want to be. I'm not saying that's the way to do it. That's the way I do it when I'm trying to capture something, especially something as complex as this character. So I've talked before about how I grew up. I was born in the 70s, but I was a little kid in the 80s, and then in the 90s, I was kind of a teenager and then a young adult. And so the Disney Renaissance, from Little Mermaid through, Aladdin and all those movies, they just hit me at a time when art was everything to me. Animation was my favorite. I knew animators' names like most kids knew baseball players' names. And so Beauty and the Beast was smack in the middle of that formative period when I was keenly aware. I went to the theater knowing that Glenn Keane, the great Glenn Keane, had designed and supervised the animation of the Beast. He had drawn Ariel in The Little Mermaid. He is an all-time great Disney animator with a very specific style, bushy, pencil-y, pushes the lead into the paper really hard, and has a very distinctive style, unlike just about any other animator. And then he created this very complex character, this very complicated design for this character that needed to be a beast, a scary beast, but kind of appealing with human eyes and the softness, but the ability to be enraged. Just a triumph of design and characterization in this film. And of course, the big joke, the big takeaway, common knowledge about the Beast is that everybody loves him as the Beast, and when he turns into a human at the end, they're like, oh, no thanks. You can go back to being a snuggly beast. That'd be fine. Thank you very much. But this is my tribute to that, and I wanted to catch him in a moment, not necessarily of being menacing, but of being a little petty. That's one of the cool things about this character in the movie also, was how, he is just a human who's trapped in this awful state. And he can be scary, but in reality, he just seems, he's kind of a jerk who's learning his lesson. He's a little petty. That's the part of that I liked about him, is that he had to learn how to be nice. He had to learn how to not be spoiled and be a jerk. And this is just one of those moments of him kind of snapping. And these are the memorable moments. But also, I wanted to draw him in this getup, in his ballroom attire, because I like it. All right. Now it's my patented coloring process, where I'm laying down textured swaths of color and then erasing, rather than coloring within the lines, because if I did so, I would not be able to have the texture. Once you layer strokes of this particular brush in Procreate, it would create splotches of solid color, and I would lose the consistency of the texture. I have explained that probably 500 times, and I do apologize if you're a faithful viewer of these videos. You've heard me explain that so many times, but this is YouTube, and I'm sure that some of these things, someone who's just searching for Beauty and the Beast stuff might find this someday, and they won't have seen all those other episodes. So, I should have sped this up more because I'm running out of things to say, and we're just about half done. I love this movie. I'll say this. I've been waiting. I think I talked about this in a previous episode, how I was waiting for Disney to release animation in 4K. They made some serious missteps with some of the Blu-ray releases of my favorite movies. Things like The Rescuers and Robin Hood and Mickey's Christmas Carol. They really made some, Sword in the Stone especially, they made some real goofs with digital noise reduction and just marring the image, destroying the image of their movies in the HD, trying to master them, quote unquote. They tried to take out the film grain and the imperfections, and they just ruined them. So I was really curious to see when we start to get 4K transfers of animation, what's it going to be like? And we got Leica movies before we got Disney movies. We got some Pixar as well, some computer animated movies, which is a little easier to understand getting a 4K version of something that's purely digital. But the classic animation in 4K is what I've been holding out for. And we've only got a couple of titles. We have, and in fact, as far as 2D animation goes, we've got two from Disney. We have Cinderella and we have Beauty and the Beast. Both of them just came out in the last month or so here. I'm talking in it's late August 2023. And I guess it was probably in June or July, actually, that a steelbook of Beauty and the Beast came out. I've not seen a regular edition. I don't like steelbooks. I like regular physical media releases. I maybe am weird that way, but I don't like weird metal cases. It just, I know they preserve better, but they just look weird on the shelf. Anyway, that's a tangent upon a tangent. The point is, Cinderella looks great, and Beauty and the Beast looks exquisite. They really, Beauty and the Beast is colored digitally, but in the 90s with kind of what would probably now be archaic software. So I don't know what they did to get to a pristine 4K print, but it looks spectacular, and my eyeballs love looking at it. So seek that out, I guess, at Best Buy. If you're a physical media person, if you've also been waiting for Disney animation in 4K, I would recommend you check out Beauty and the Beast. It's great, but there's no work in progress on that set, so that's disappointing. All right, now I truly am just about out of time. I thank you so much for watching and sticking with me through this long episode, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.